Now, since finding fame 5 decades ago on the TV talent show Opportunity Knocks, Pam Ayres has become one of Britain's best-loved poets.
Did you like that, Pam? 5 decades ago.
I know.
I heard a little chortle to my side here.
It makes me feel like Stonehenge, actually, when I hear that.
OK, we'll do the official introduction. We'll chat in just a moment. So, no signs of slowing down. Today, her latest collection of poems is released, and she stars in a documentary series as well about the Cotswolds. Let's have a little look, and then we'll chat after.
There's something magical about the Cotswolds. It's a place that if you're not born here, you're drawn here, especially if you've made a bob or two. I've come to the village of Kingham near Chipping Norton to meet a musician considered to be rock royalty. Mind you, I've always been a bit of a Bob Dylan fan myself. Alex James rose to fame in the 90s with chart toppers Blur. But after a 13-year career at the top and many world tours, he chose farming over fame and settled down with his wife Claire in the Cotswolds. Hello, Alex.
Hello, welcome.
That was yummy.
And Pam joins us now. There you were with the man who was on my wall in the 90s, Alex James. How was that filming with him, and how was it filming the entire series? Because I often wonder with things like that, it looks like great fun, but is it filming it day in, day out?
It was a joy, Nina. It was an absolute joy to make that series because the team I was working with were lovely from True North, and the places, I mean, the Cotswolds are lush anyway, but they took me to places that I didn't know about, you know, and they were so varied. We went to a lovely brewery at Hook Norton who's got the big horses, the heavy horses. And we went to Blenheim Palace, and we went to a potter, and we went to a man who makes perfumes, and Broadway Tower, and talked to the man who looks after the deer. And we went along the dear little steam railway at Toddington, and we went along the Kennet and Avon Canal on a narrowboat, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. And even if you don't like me, you've got to like the series because it looks so exquisite, you know. And now that there's all these drones available, the shots, the shots from the drones of the area are quite exquisite.
And also after lockdown, don't you think we've all got a renewed appreciation of what's on our doorstep because of travel restrictions? I
do think that. Yes, I think we've sort of had to look closer to home, and people have had nice surprises. Yeah.
When you meet people on your travels, Pam, and they know who you are, and they recognise the voice, do they say, "Oh, go on, give us a poem"? Does that happen?
No, not really. No, they don't demand a performance, but they might say, "Oh, I like your poem. I wish I looked after me teeth," or something like that. You know, they might have a favourite poem. Or they might say that a member of the family was a fan, or you know, they usually say friendly things, but they don't usually say, "Get up on the table and give us a turn."
Were you just about to, Charlie?
Oh, yeah. If you would now. Now, poetry's become very cool now, hasn't it? Very cool. You know, at festivals, you have poetry tents.
Yes, I know.
And you must think back now to when you first started doing your poetry, you were seen as a bit of a, I don't know how you describe
freak.
It. Well, but it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was the only one doing it, really. Well, Cyril Fletcher was on the scene when I first arrived. He was doing his odd odes. He was doing little funny poems. But apart from that, there was no one else doing it. Whereas now, when I say that there were lots of poets, obviously, but not people standing up and doing performances like an entertainment as there are now. So yeah, it's changed radically, which is great. As people can get up and express themselves, and they have a platform for what they've written. It's good.
And in your book, you talk about how you were invited in to read out a poem on the radio, and they said, "Oh, we'd like a bit more of that," and then it sort of snowballed from there. Do people get paid, though, in the same way now for writing poetry and performing? Because it's a wonderful hobby, but can you necessarily make a living out of it?
Well, it depends who you are, really. I don't know how much poets get paid. I don't know. I imagine if you're, you know, one of the very popular modern poets and you're filling substantial theatres, and I guess you do, you know, get well paid for that. But I don't know.
So having said you don't want to perform on stage for us, will you perform now? Are you gonna read something?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. And what is it you're going to give us a little? What is it? What are you going to read?
I'm going to. This is a book which is published today, and it's all my animal poems from the Battery Hen, which I wrote in 1973 or something, right up to modern days. So this is a little poem which I wrote after I bought my grandson a football for his 5th birthday, and he was really pleased with it, and he took it out on the garden and gave it a good hefty kick, and my Jack Russell dog pursued it, jumped up and bit it, and it went.
We've all been there.
So that was the end of the football.
Stage is yours.
I'm the dog, and you have to. It's supposed to sound like a ball bouncing along. I am the dog who bit the ball and ruined the game of goals. I wasn't to know a ball won't go if you've added a couple of holes. The kids and Dad, they all went mad. They sent me indoors, they did. The ball was new, a beautiful blue, and it cost them several quid. The shame, I ruined the game and made the family crabby. I jumped for it, I shook it a bit, and it went from hard to flabby. Bad dog, they said, go in your bed, and in disgrace I go. I offered a paw, but nobody saw, nobody wanted to know. Here comes the boss, she's ever so cross. Her face is black as thunder. I'm in me bed, expression of dread, me tail tucked down and under, with hands on hips and scold on lips. She tells me I'm a menace. I'm finding it tough, this football stuff. Anyone care for tennis?
Oh, it's really nice. I bet it was your grandchildren. I bet they love that. Do they? They're probably older now, are they?
No, they're not. The eldest one is 8, Charlie. Yeah, they don't really sort of see me declaiming poems because I'm just granny, you know, cooks up a good biscuit. You know.
What kind of biscuit? What's your favourite biscuit?
Well, I tend to make Hugh Fernley Whittingstall's breakfast bars, which are nutritious and full of nuts and seeds and good stuff.
Sounds lovely. Yeah. Lovely to see you here this morning. Thank you very much.
Pam. Pam's book is called Pam Ayres on Animals. Thank you.